Hey guys, today it's not going to be a beauty video. Today I'm going to be talking about finance. I just read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's pretty awesome. The subtitle is What the Rich Teach Their Kids About Money That the Poor and Middle Class Do Not by Robert T. Kiyosaki. And then it's co-authored by Sharon L. Lecter. And it was written in like 1997, so it's pretty old. It's as old as me. But it's really, really good and really smart. And it might confuse some of you, because it confused me just a little bit, but it's really, really good. And I really, really like it. So I thought to educate some of you on finance, because everybody's like, oh, finance is so boring, finance is so awful, finance is so blah. But most people get stuck in what this guy calls the rat race. And the rat race is pretty much when you get stuck in a financial loop and you're going in circles and it's not where you want to be and you can't get out. Nobody wants to go there. So, I'm going to talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, chapter by chapter, just kind of like summarize it and stuff. And it's really good. So there's like different lessons. There's 6 lessons. You can't see. And I don't want to zoom in because this is my webcam. But it's got 6 lessons, an introduction, and some other stuff. But today I'm going to talk about the introduction, which was written by Sharon Lecter. And then the first chapter, because really there's not much to the first chapter and introduction. So basically in the introduction, it's Sharon talking about financial uneducation. So in the introduction, it's Sharon talking about the need for financial education, because most people don't get that unless they go into finance, and sometimes even that's wrong, according to this book anyways. But what do I know? I'm not in finance yet. So in the introduction, I'm reading my book right now, she's saying how most people are told to go to school, get a good education, get a safe, secure job. And then she says it doesn't work at all. And she's talking about how everybody's told to do this one thing. And she says how it used to work for some people, but it doesn't work anymore, like, at all. So she's explaining that you need a good financial education, but she's saying that it's not that hard to get. And then she explains how the author of this book, Robert, there we go, Robert invented a game called Cash Flow, and she's talking about this game, Cash Flow. And it's pretty much teaching people who want to learn about investing and finance and all that. So he's teaching her about the rat race and cash flow. And it's a bunch of people playing the game. It's a pretty boring introduction. Really, it doesn't teach you all that much because that's not the point of the book. Maybe I should have gone over this book before I did this video, but oh well. And she's saying how, like, she likes this game and how some people don't like it because they don't understand how it's a help to them and how it's a benefit and everything like that. But really, apparently it is. It's like $1 zillion. Like, I read this in like the back of the book. Here, let's see. Do I have it here? About the author. Some stuff. Oh, look. In the back of the book, so I probably won't get to this chapter for a while, but it's like the educational games are expensive, and they're educational, but they are expensive. The adult version is like $195. And this is from 1997. So it's probably either gone way, way up or way, way down. The advanced one of the adult one, so people who have played the adult one and who get it, is like $145. And then the kids one is $79. And that's not your $10 I picked it up at wherever board game. It's like legit. But he said you only have to play it 6 times to get your money worth. So back to where I was. I just finished saying that the introduction was pretty much her explaining what she thought about the rat race and the game. But the game isn't the point of the book. It's just the game that the author and his wife created to teach people about the point of the book. And again, because it's easier to learn that way. But in chapter 1, it's not all, you should do this because blah blah blah. It's him starting to explain what he learned from his rich dad. Now his rich dad was the dad of his best friend, not his actual dad. His actual dad was the poor dad. Now, he doesn't tell you in the first chapter which dad is which. He starts by saying one of them has a PhD in education. He was highly intelligent and he did a whole bunch of other like crazy educational stuff. And then he said that the other father never finished 8th grade. And then he doesn't tell you which one's which I won't tell you until I get to the next chapter, because that's really when he doesn't tell you. Actually, I think he tells you at the end of this chapter. But he's starting to explain what choices he had when he was 9, because this is first when he started learning about finance, because his rich dad somebody told him to make money. Here, let's see. So him and his friend became business partners, and they tried to melt lead nickels. Pretty creative, so the rich dad was like, you guys are brilliant, and whatnot, but that's illegal. So he lets them work for him, and I don't know if I'm skipping too far ahead. Nope, I'm not. I don't think. Maybe I am. Yep. So, chapter 1, he's saying how both of them had opposite ideas. One of their ideas worked, one of them didn't. Obviously, he had to pick which idea he wanted to follow and learn from and whatnot, so I probably sound like a broken record saying he's explaining this, but really he is. But it's pretty interesting how he does it. Like how he says one dad recommended study hard to find a good company to work for. The other one said study hard so you can find a good company to buy. And that's really like educational. It makes a good point. So, basically, boring chapter. Yeah, I know. But really, it makes sense. He's just saying how their ideas clash. One's money is power, money is evil. And then, at the end, well, he gives all the examples. He's like, well, there's this college basketball player, and he was, like, really good. Maybe I'm too far ahead again. But he keeps giving examples, and he's saying, who should I listen to? And at the end, he says, when I was 9, I decided to listen to and learn from my rich dad. In doing so, I chose not to listen to my poor dad, even though he's the one with all the college degrees. So the poor dad was super smart, super intelligent, and he had a, great education. He probably had a really good job. The other one dropped out of school in grade 8. Yet he is more financially intelligent, more financially literate, and he has all the better financial advice because he knows how to manage his money and make it work for him. So if you're going to read this book, I recommend it. If you want to try and get into finance, read this book. It's a really good introduction. It doesn't tell you, well, you should buy these stocks when, you should buy these properties whenever, you should get this, you should do this. No, it's not that. It's explaining what you should do. It's giving you ideas on how to do it. It's giving you ideas on everything. It's giving you everything that you need to know before you try and get into finance and make yourself money so that you are not stuck in a circle without money. It makes so much sense, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you read it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert T. Kiyosaki. He's from Hawaii. He's pretty cool. They have a website with a whole bunch of, like, they have so many books, they have the board game, they have, like, a lot of stuff. And when I say they, I mean him, his wife, and Sharon. Sharon is their friend, Sharon is the co-author, Sharon is helping them with their business. So anyways, I highly recommend it. I loved it. Like, seriously. Then again, I'm kind of a nerd. I like math, I like numbers, I like money, I like pretty much anything nerdy. Except for some stuff, but I'm not going to get into that because that's not the point. I'm saying that you should read it, and I'm going to do a chapter by chapter, like, synopsis or summary, and then at the end I'm going to summarize what I thought on the entire book as a whole, even though I already said that I loved it. So, if you want to learn something about money, read the book. It's, like, super good. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying about this book so far. Introduction, Chapter 1. It's a bunch of explanations. Shouldn't have taken me as long as it did, but I keep saying things over and over again. But yeah, loved it. Read it. Bye.